It is apparently too heavy for me to hold, so thank you, Jeffrey, and thank you, Megan. Ani nijuag, nindigenicas pasweweque, ajijak dodum. Means, greetings, my friends. My name is Resounding Echo Woman, and my clan is Crane. And apparently there's a crane up here on the stage with me, and I think I know where it came from. When I first came to Dominican, it was Rosary at the time, as a teacher, one of the first persons to make me welcome was Sister Clemente Davlin. She has a grace and a presence that was compelling, and she is an outstanding teacher and mentor and friend. I wanted to be like her. And I remember when the seminars first began, one of the great gifts for the teaching faculty in the seminars was the sharing of expertise. We shared our best practices. We listened to people who knew about the discipline that was part of the core texts, and we taught each other. Sister Clemente taught us how to teach Shakespeare, and I wanted to be like her. When I was invited by the theology department to teach Catholic social teaching, I remembered the history of the Sinsinawa Dominicans, the history that was so beautifully demonstrated in the movie that Jamie Visser put on this morning. Their commitment to justice, their willingness to take a stand. And outstanding among these women is Sister Clemente Davlin. And again, I wanted to be like her. So to receive an award with her name on it is probably the greatest honor I could receive. And I thought about it, and I realized that there are probably two reasons why I was chosen for this award. Anybody who knows me knows that I have limitless enthusiasm. I'm enthusiastic about everything, including grocery shopping. I'm also willing to trust the Holy Spirit and to say yes to mystery. So those are the two things I want to talk to you about today, particularly the freshmen who are beginning their journey here at Dominican and the seniors who will be taking our mission out into the world this year. First, enthusiasm. Every day is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to try something new, to make mistakes and learn from them, to discover more about the earth, about others, and about myself. To grow, to become whole. Each person I encounter has something to teach me if I only listen with my heart as well as my ears. I love teaching and learning. I can't believe I get to do what I love every day of my life. In my classrooms, my students are my best teachers. When they grapple with questions, when they put together their insights into research projects or papers that they give me, I am enriched. Their ideas and their insights have taken me in so many different paths. We are blessed to have such a diverse student population. This semester, I'm teaching the sophomore seminar, and there's a common text that we use by Diane Eck, and it reminds us to embrace our differences. It reminds us to move past tolerance to acceptance of differences and to seek the common ground. In a place like this, there are so many opportunities to hear of other cultures, other belief systems, other ways of seeing and being. In our daily encounters, in our classrooms, and in the wonderful lunches that we get to share, I approach those encounters with enthusiasm. And I hope you do too. The second reason I mentioned is that I am willing to follow the call of the Holy Spirit. I have rarely been prepared for anything I've ever been asked to do. The events, the tasks, the jobs that I have done, I wasn't ready to do them when I was asked, but that never stopped me. When you're on a journey and God is your co-pilot, you trust. And you will be able to do things that you never dreamed of doing. I often tell my students I'm in my 6th career. I started out in nursing. I did secretarial administrative work. I was in politics. My husband and I had a business. I did consulting, and now for the last 20 years I've been teaching. Each phase, each piece of my life has been fascinating, and each piece built upon the last. Having a liberal education, my undergraduate degree is from Rosary, has enabled me to learn new ways of being in the world and to be able to accept and meet new challenges. I began high school, this will tell you something, in 1960. I began college in 1964. It was an exciting and a challenging time to be studying. It was a time when social patterns and prescribed ways of living were being challenged at every corner. Even the music we listened to challenged us to take an active part in changing the world. There's a line from a song that has always been one of my favorites. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And if I believe that, I need to listen and to seek wisdom. My question for you is, what are the answers in the winds that blow around you today? What are the social patterns? What are the ways of being that only you can help to change? You have to listen, and you have to be ready to say yes when you hear that answer. One moment when the Holy Spirit changed my life happened here at Dominican. Our oldest son, Tom, was a student here, and he hadn't had great success in school because of learning disabilities. Sister Lori Brink, one of our Dominican sisters, loved him, saw great potential in him, potential we knew about, but he did not. And she created the Montana trip for him and another student, Sandy, I think it's Milovanchevich, but I like to say it fast. It was a life-changing event for Tom. He was her intern the next year, and he helped teach the third year. And then she was leaving Dominican. She came to me and asked if I would teach the course, Native American Spirituality. I had every reason to say no. I'd never met a Native American person. I'd never driven west of Minneapolis by myself. And here I was to drive 4,300 miles in a van with kids. I had never camped without my husband and our 3 sons, so I didn't even know how to put up a tent. On the other hand, I really wanted students to have the experience that our son Tom had. I really wanted them to see the world of the Native people, see the world through the eyes of the Native people. And so I said yes. And that first trip, I was terrified. I don't think I ever let go of the steering wheel. But I learned along the way. I read everything I could, I met people who could teach me, and we built relationships. I was invited to take part in ceremonies, and I listened to the wisdom of elders so that I could be an effective teacher. The trip has grown over the years to incorporate community-based learning. And every year in late fall, I contact the elders on the reserves to which we will be traveling, and I find out what they are focusing on that year. In my class, I incorporate their projects so that our students can assist the people in the work they are doing. One year, the nutrition department helped us write a cookbook for seniors with diabetes. Large print. I appreciate it now. Over the years, the Field Museum, Morton Arboretum, and Forest Preserve have sent people to us to help my students to learn about the environment, about ecology. And the students then put together great resources, workbooks and lesson plans and other experiences to take out to the children on the reservations. We travel to Pine Ridge. We spend time with the Native elders and with the teachers, and we learn about the history of the Lakota people in South Dakota. We visit Wounded Knee, the memorial to the massacre there. We camp in the Black Hills. We travel to Browning then to work with the Blackfeet people and the children of the De La Salle School. We camp at the glacier and then head to Rocky Boy, as Megan said, a small reservation on the Canadian border, where again we share our project with the children, meet, share meals, share ceremonies with the others there, and we have always had the gift of participating in a sweat lodge on Rocky Boy. Because I said yes to mystery, I have had an amazing life. I have made deep and lasting friendships. and become more of who I am. And all of this, surprisingly enough, has led me to something else. I am adopted. About 7 years ago, I had cancer, and I wrote to the adoption agency asking if they had any medical information for me. Well, they did not. But they sent me information about my biological parents. And I found out that I am Native American. I began to understand the call and the response in my life to that spirit blowing in the wind. It is a great joy for me today to accept this honor and to share it with the people who helped make it happen. My husband, Neil, has driven to the mound to pick up the bread, set up the tables, put together Excel spreadsheets of all you people who buy bread. He has helped me shop, he has helped me pack the vans, and sent me off on 15 trips. And he has accompanied me on 3, which were the best of all. Our son, Tom, the reason this Montana trip came to be, is here with his wife, Heather, and their 3 sons, Justin, Mason, and Colin. And they are really the people for whom I work, so that they can have a better world to grow up in. And 2 of my Anishinaabe teachers are here today, Star Brissett and Miles Goddard. They are the first 2 elders I was privileged to meet, and they've mentored me and guided my studies these last 15 years. Thank you to them and to all of you for choosing me for this honor.